Welcome, people. Welcome back. We are live. We are live. We are alive. We are alive. We are alive and alive. Okay. Yeah. Still sick, but we're back. Still sick, but we're back, folks. I know. I haven't been on YouTube in a long time. I know I haven't uploaded in a long time. I haven't really posted anything on here. No shorts, no videos, no nothing. In weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month. Oof, Jesus. But I'm working on a video, folks. Just got a like. Okay, appreciate that. Don't know who it was, but appreciate that. Excuse me, folks, if I have a cough or clear my throat or whatever. But folks, we're back. We are alive and alive. Live and alive. Okay. I know I sound a little bit funny, but listen. Well, we got to give the people what they want. It's been too long since I posted anything on YouTube, so here we are, okay? Now I got a couple videos in the works. I was working on one last night. It's the skydive, the full skydive vlog. So that should be, I'm going to put that, I'm going to schedule that for Wednesday. I'm not going to rush it. What's today, Saturday? Yeah, so Wednesday, I'll put that for Wednesday. So mark your calendars. Full skydive vlog from last week in Melbourne coming out next week. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one, folks. But yeah, still a little bit sick, but we got to keep pushing here, folks. Again, it's been too long. It's been too long since I've been on YouTube. So, appreciate you guys for, excuse me, for hanging around. And, I know this is not the typical look here, but it's okay. It's okay. So, for anyone who's in the stream, appreciate you guys being in the stream. I've got some stuff with me. I've got some tissues. Okay, we got some water here. Okay, we got some apple and black currant juice. Okay, shout out to Mika and Tom. I got myself a couple grapes. Okay, I tell you what, folks, grapes are very dangerous. Okay, I will buy a bag. I bought a bag yesterday. It's already halfway gone. So. But anyway, so if anyone's in the stream, say hi. Don't be shy. Come say hi. I'm bringing that back. I remember that, folks. Okay. Grab myself a snack. I'm trying to keep myself hydrated here, folks. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I'll run you guys down some updates, by the way. After I eat this grape. Okay, folks. So yes. I did leave Monkey Maya. I think the last video that I recorded and uploaded was in Monkey Maya. I left. I left. Too much to go through right now, even though I have time. But too much to go through right now. Personal reasons as well. I just wanted to change the scenery as well. It was a it was a collection of things, folks. Sorry, I don't mean to be coughing the whole live stream, so we're gonna try and battle that with the grape. But yeah, Monkey Maya, it's done. It's done. We're gone, clearly. I just didn't really work out. It is what it is. It happens. It's life. So, also, sorry if I'm looking this way. My camera's right here, but the viewfinder is here. So I'm looking at myself here. Camera's here. But yeah, so I left Monkey Maya, went to Melbourne for a couple weeks. If you don't have me on Instagram, rosstravelsofficial on Instagram. That's when you're going to get all the live updates. All the live updates, all the real in-time updates, everything. You're going to get everything, okay? Same thing on TikTok. I don't really post in-time, real-time updates on TikTok. I just use whatever I post on Instagram, I post it on TikTok. I'm not going to lie. So any real-time live updates, the best thing you're going to get is on Instagram. So rosstravels.official on Instagram. You'll find everything there. But the last 2 weeks I spent in Melbourne, and the last 5 days in Melbourne is where I got this sickness. I don't know what the hell I got, but it sucked. Okay. Now I got to Melbourne, 2.5 weeks ago now. Today's Saturday? About 2.5 weeks ago now. And I spent my first 4 days just going. Listen, this is gonna be my fault as well. It's my fault as well. But my first 4 days, I was out. Just boom, boom, boom. Every night I was out. And half of the friends, listen, I've said this so many times on Instagram. half the people that I met in Australia across in the whole year and a half that I've, traveled around Australia, South Australia, WA, Victoria, kind of Queensland, obviously, kind of Gold Coast, because I know the airport is split half New South Wales, half Queensland. But everybody that I met all around Australia the last year and a half of them, at least half of them, happened to be in Melbourne this past when I got there. I don't know how that happened. It's basically winter in Melbourne, pretty much. I was not expecting a lot of people to be there. So that's the reason why I was out every day, pretty much. And so there's people that I've met that, I met in Queensland or WA, people that I've met in Melbourne that I've seen again in Melbourne, reunited with, people that I haven't met yet that I've been, travel friends online and stuff, but I haven't actually met them yet because our paths haven't crossed. All of them are in Melbourne, all of them. And so it was meeting people that I've seen before, meeting people that I haven't seen before, meeting people that I've seen before in Melbourne, outside of, it's crazy that all of them were together. It was really cool. I love stuff like that. And that's why you travel, people. Get your passport and travel the world. But I was, it was good. It was good. And so meeting up with all of them, that's the reason why I was out, days and days and days. And so this is partially my fault, but listen, I'm traveling. You gotta live it up. Yeah, listen, you gotta live it up a little. What's the problem? And so, but yeah, there was a couple of 5 o'clock mornings, like 4. Oh God, yeah. If my family's watching, I'm sorry. I'm okay. But I ain't gonna lie, it was a couple 5 o'clock mornings. We lived it up too much. And, but no, all jokes aside, it was a lot of fun. I remember everything, so it's okay. I remember everything. No one be concerned. But it was good. It was good to see everybody again. And then obviously, a couple days after that, I did a skydive. So that was fun. I did a skydive twice actually. You'll see that in the video. I had a grocery road trip planned with a few friends. Some things had come up, some trial shifts for them came up, some interviews came up for them, and stuff like that. It happens. It is what it is. I was doing the same thing. I was on the job search as well before I came back here to Queensland, which I'll get to. And so be sure I don't miss any comments here, folks. If you guys have any comments or questions, don't be afraid to leave them in there. Just want to be sure, I'm just checking to be sure I didn't miss anything. Nope. Okay, all good. Well, yeah. I lost my train of thought. Skydive, yes. So I have Great Ocean Road booked for a couple days. Some things that come up with all the friends that I met or had planned to come with me. It's okay. And so I had a skydive already booked in for the day after. So I was like, you know what? Let's just move it up the day before. I've already got the car. I've already got the rental car. So I might as well put it to good use. Yeah. Again, you'll see this on the video on Wednesday. So I ended up doing the skydive on Monday. Not this past week Monday, but last Monday on the 12th of May, I think it was. The 11th or 12th, I don't know, whatever. And yeah, after the skydive, well, I signed up to do it again. So I should have just kept the original booking, but it worked out anyway because since I skydived on Monday, I was going to come back on Tuesday because I had the car until Tuesday. They gave me $100 off to do a skydive the next day. Yeah, okay, I'll take it, Excuse me. And so it was good. It was good. And so I went twice. And that was a lot of fun. And then from that Wednesday on, not this past Wednesday, as in like a few days ago, last week Wednesday, on whatever day that was. From that day on, I was done. Oh, by the way, I went to an AFL game, by the way. Went to the AFL footy game, by the way. So fun. Again, Ross Travels Official on Instagram. You would have seen the post last night. But it was a lot of fun. Shout out to Emily for getting me into that game. yeah, that was fun. That was good stuff. And I've done some other stuff in there. Excuse me, folks. I've done some other things as well. I've gone out and seen people, had coffees, had lunch, did some catch ups, went by the beach, went to go see my buddy play at a couple of venues, some little stuff in there as well. So, or a few buddies play at some venues, and so little things in there. But Wednesday, I was done. I was cooked, and something was going around the hostel. So I don't mean to talk my mouth full, but something was going around the hostel as well. And so I think it was a collection of three things. Sorry, folks. Grapes are good. So I never buy grapes because I would eat the whole thing in 5 minutes. It was a collection of three things. Number one, it was me running myself into the ground in Melbourne. Number two, it was cold in Melbourne. Well, cold. For me, it wasn't that bad, but compared to the north of WA, it was a little cold. Okay, it was getting into the single digits at night, so it was a little frosty. And then number three, the third thing being something going around the hostel as well, a seasonal virus or whatever. And so I was set that week again, not a few days ago Wednesday, but last week Wednesday. I was set on that Friday, so 2 days from then, to come back to Queensland, to come back here to my old job. Yeah, I didn't make it. I didn't make it. From Wednesday, I was bedridden. It was rough. It was rough. You know, it started off with the sore throat. You know, the usual trend, the sore throat. All right. You know, and I'm thinking, okay, it's probably like a little cold. It'll be gone in a few days. Normally a seasonal cold, it's normally 3, 4, maybe 5 days, and it's gone. As you can tell, it's been almost 2 weeks. But anyway, start off with the sore throat. Rough. It was rough, and I think the sore throat is the worst part of a cold or of a sickness or anything. The sore throat is the worst. I mean, none of it's great. Like blowing your nose a million times is not great. The cough is not great. The headaches is not great. The fatigue is not great. But I'll tell you what, the sore throat is the worst. And so, I had a sore throat for a day and a half. It wasn't that bad. I took everything, literally everything, and I have things with me in my toiletry bag that I bring with me on the road for situations like these. I used all of it, so I had to. Thankfully, I was in Melbourne. I could restock. Sorry, guys, trying not to cough this whole stream, but yeah. So I'm glad I was in Melbourne. I got to restock on all my meds because I used everything, literally everything. And so after the sore throat was gone, then you get to the sniffles and the blah blah blah, and we get to Friday when I'm getting ready to fly back to Queensland. No way. Absolutely no way. I slept for 2 days. 2 days from Wednesday to Friday. And even my buddy Evan, shout out to Evan, by the way, from France. He was my roommate in Melbourne in the hostel. He was like, "You've been asleep for 2 days." I mean, I was concerned for him. I thought he thought I was dead. And you know what? I kind of was. It was rough. But anyway, so I had to change my flight. I was like, listen, and plus the price of flights to come out here to Queensland also shot up anyway. So I was like, this is a good excuse for me to stay in Melbourne. And so, and yes, I was looking around and stuff or whatever. If I found something in Melbourne, I was just going to stay in Melbourne. I was just going to stay there. All my visa days are done, so I don't need to do any regional work ever again. So for the second half of my second year, which is where I'm at now, and then my whole entire third year, I don't have to do any regional work. So I can work wherever. There's no restrictions, no nothing. I can just work anywhere, save up some money, call it good. And so the place that I'm at now does count for the regional work, so it's good. And places like this, more in the outback, I mean, they pay better anyway. So it's good. But me being stubborn, and you guys know me very well, I love Melbourne. Any chance to stay in Melbourne, I'm staying. Like, So for anyone who's new and joining the stream, sorry if I'm looking this way. The viewfinder is right here, camera's right here, but the rest of the screen is over here, so that's why I keep looking this way. But right, these grapes are too good, man. But any excuse to stay in Melbourne, and I was going to jump on it. And I had a couple things come up. I did a trial shift at the Pegasus Hotel in the CBD. That didn't work out. Everyone there was really cold too. Like it was cold. It was just like a cold hotel. Like it was nice. It was nice. But like when I did my trial shift and everything, like all the supervisors and stuff, and they were just like, I mean, they were just really cold. Like, okay, I'm gonna leave you in this room. You clean this room. I want to see how you clean. Okay, I mean, fine. Like we don't need to sit down and have breakfast together or anything like that. But like, it just didn't feel right. Like it just, all right, okay, come with me. Come down to the office, fill out some paperwork. Okay, you did the paperwork? Okay, so look at the paperwork. Ask me a couple questions about my history. All right, I'm taking you up to the room, leave you in this room for 30 minutes and see how you get on. I mean, sure, I don't need a whole conversation, but it just felt really cold. I'm like, you don't want to know more about me? Like, so they didn't call me back, which is fine because I wasn't going to be there anyway. But there was this one place that I was hoping to get. It was a night reception gig. I know. Another night reception gig. For anyone who knows, I've done night reception at Summer House in St. Kilda in Melbourne. I actually kind of liked it. That was my first ever job in Australia. It was cool. But this job, it seemed really cool. I've been chasing these people for a while. But they don't count towards the regional work. So every time I applied for it, it was the wrong time. Excuse me, it was the wrong time to do it. And they always got back to me. And I was like, oh, of course. So, but, sorry folks, these grapes are too good. That's why I don't buy these. Every time I buy grapes, I eat the whole bag in one sitting, guaranteed. Which is not a bad thing. It's expensive though. But anyway, anyone joining the stream, thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you guys for being here. Just breaking down where I've been and everything, where I'm up to, updates and everything. But anyway, yeah, I've been chasing these people for a while. And every time I reach out to these folks, it's always the wrong time. Like, okay, oh yeah, we can bring you in. Ah, crap, okay, but I got another opportunity somewhere else, you know? Then for me, when I apply for jobs, when I apply for seasonal jobs, I don't just apply for like 1 or 2 or 3. I apply for like 8 or even 10. You know, I apply for everything. And because I'm on casual and because I'm also a backpacker, it's a little bit easier, you know? Like, I mean, they could tell you to fuck off at any time and I could just show up and or leave, you know, whenever I want. So when I apply for these seasonal gigs, I apply for everything. So it's good. It's good. I like to have my options open too. I don't want to just limit it to just like 1 or 2 things because it's too stressful. You know, unless you feel really good about it, but that's too stressful, people. But anyway. So I ended up responding to the guy that wanted me at the night reception in the CBD in Melbourne. He did not end up responding to me, which is fine. Looked at the hotel reviews and not the hotel reviews, the working reviews. Not that great. That's the reason why I see that ad every 1, 2, 3, 4 months on the job sites. It's like, oh, no wonder why I've seen it so much. It wasn't good, but you know me. I'm easy. It's just pay me, let me do my thing, leave me alone. That's it. That's literally it. And I mean, night reception's not that hard, you know? Like, I mean, yeah, like there's like a little level of security in there that no one really tells you, you know? Like, you know, if there's not like security guards and stuff at the hotel, there is some level of security that you have to do as well. But just in case someone crazy comes in or whatever, but that can happen anywhere. But other than that, like it's pretty easy. Just like, I mean, just setting up breakfast, cleaning the lobby, make sure all the public areas are good and blah, blah, blah. Overnight check-ins if people have delayed flights, whatever, or overnight flights, or red eyes, or whatever. I mean, just stuff like that. It's not that hard. I prefer night reception over day reception. At check-in time, get the whole hotel out there in the lobby waiting to check in. No. know, this is why I work in back of the house. So I don't work front of the house. And when I do work front of the house, it's gonna be early in the morning, or late at night, or overnight, or whatever. Where I don't have to talk to a lot of people. A lot of folks coming in and out. Appreciate you guys coming in and out. Whether it's 10 seconds, 5 minutes, the whole stream, doesn't matter. Appreciate you guys. I still sound a little nasally, as you can see from the title. I've got all kinds of snacks, grapes, juice, so don't mind me. I'm just eating some grapes. But I'm also just breaking down my history. Not my history, but just breaking down where I've been in the last couple of weeks, give you guys an update on everything. But yeah, so I almost got that gig in Melbourne, but it was too little too late. And I have the job secured up here in Queensland where I worked at anyway. So I decided to come back up here this past week Sunday. But I was still sick. I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, I've never had a cold where I can linger around like this. And I felt horrible. Man, that travel day sucked. And you guys know me, I love planes. Any excuse to get on a plane, I'm getting on. You know, to go to a new place or whatever. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to blow my nose really quick. Did I just run out of tissues? No, we're good. Okay. Whew. 1 second, guys. I promise I'm not going to do this the whole stream. Okay. All right. We're back, folks. We're back. Anyway, so yeah, I ended up coming back up to Queensland. But when I tell you I was struggling on my way up here, I was struggling. Boy, it sucked. It sucked. I don't think I've ever felt that bad going somewhere on a plane ever. And it's funny too because my ears were still a little fucked from the skydive. And they give you like little tips and tricks and stuff to equalize your ears if they ever get plugged. But I think the mistake was on me because they tell you, and you'll see this in the video on Wednesday, new video on Wednesday, look out. But before you go up and do the skydive, they tell you to blow your nose, whether you're sick or not sick. They tell you to blow your nose for that reason, just to get all the pressure and stuff out and whatever. I didn't do that. This is before I got sick. So, hand on heart, that's on me. And, but for some reason, my left ear always gets a bit funny anyway. But before I jumped out of the plane, I forgot to blow up my nose. This is before I got sick, but I forgot to blow up my nose just to equalize all my ears and stuff before I went to 15,000 feet. I completely screwed my ears. And so that, and then getting sick the next day for the rest of the week, and then getting on a plane, back up and down twice. It just destroyed my ears. My ears were still all whacked out. So getting that sorted, on top of getting myself better, on top of working all week, feeling like a bag of rocks. So we're kicking. We're kicking. What do you do? What do you do? So you keep kicking, you keep taking the meds, and you keep taking the whatever, whatever you want to take, or paracetamol or Advil or Ibuprofen. They call it paracetamol here in Australia for all my US people. They call it paracetamol here. The name is so funny, but it sounds so cool. We call it ibuprofen. No, we call it what do we call it? Acetaminophen. We call it back in the States, and they call it paracetamol here. Ibuprofen's the same. But I don't think, because normally I do stuff naturally. I don't take all the meds and stuff. But when I tell you that I bought one item from everything on the cold and flu shelf this past week and a half, I bought everything. I bought tissues, cough syrup, cough drops, the little vapor shower things, the menthol stuff to kind of clear out your system when you're in the shower. Like I bought everything, and I don't normally do that. But again, the sickness was lingering so much that like I needed to. So, and I wasn't gonna go to the doctor because they're gonna charge me $1 million, especially here in Australia. So yeah. But anyway, so that's everything I got. I see a lot of people popping in and out. Appreciate you guys hopping in and out. whether it's real quick, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 minutes, the whole stream, doesn't matter. Appreciate the love anyway. If anyone has any questions, don't be shy. As I like to say on the live streams, don't be shy. Come say hi. Pop down some questions. I don't think I've gotten anything. I just want to be sure I didn't miss anything. Nope, all good. Don't be shy. Come say hi. Pop a question down below or whatever. I'm just filling up the time at the moment. Just giving you guys some updates on my last couple of weeks because it has been a lot. If you don't have me on Instagram, rosstravelsofficial on Instagram. That's where you're gonna see all the live updates, everything I'm up to, all the plans, all the updates, all the everything. New video next week on Wednesday. I was working on it last night. I'm gonna work on it today and try and get it done for Wednesday. Guys, no money challenge video is coming out very soon. I'm not gonna put a date on it because if I put a date on it, I'm gonna miss it. And I just, this is a video I want to be very delicate with because it's a lot of detail and it's a lot of explaining. And so shout out to Simon Wilson, by the way. And yeah, so I'm not gonna put a date on it, but within the next couple of weeks, surely, okay. But no money challenge. Yes, if you guys haven't heard about that, hop over to the Instagram. I think I have a highlights about that. I think. But if you don't know what the no money challenge is, I'll break it down really quick. It's going to be 60 seconds, 90 seconds. Give me 90 seconds. After I drink some apple juice. Hold on. Ooh, that's good. That is good. Anyway. Shout out to my guys Mika and Tom, by the way. The apple and blackcurrant juice. They love this stuff. This is my first time trying it. Pretty good. Anyway, again, I know I'm going to say this a lot, folks, but a lot of people popping in and out the stream. Appreciate you guys for being here. If you guys have any questions, please pop them down below. I'm just filling in some time. But I'm going to explain to you guys the no money challenge. If you don't know, I will be doing a no money challenge this fall, most likely October. Could change. It could change, but it's still happening. Okay, but no money challenge video will be out in the next couple of weeks. But if you don't know what the no money challenge is, sorry, I'm eating grapes. These things are good, man. But if you don't know what the no money challenge is it's a challenge that my guy Simon Wilson did. If you don't know Simon Wilson, first of all, look him up. Simon Wilson. He doesn't know me. We don't know each other personally or anything like that. But he's a YouTuber that I look up to. He's from Wales. So give him a follow and look up. His first ever challenge was Amsterdam to Barcelona with no money. And his friend actually challenged him to that. This was like excuse me, guys, 7-8 years ago. And so, because like, I think Simon, he worked in real estate for a while. He hated it, absolutely hated it. He's not what he wanted to do. He really liked like content creation, making videos and whatever, traveling. And so his buddy challenged him. He was like, okay, well, since you think you're so like seasoned and like, a seasoned traveler and yada, 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 I'm going to challenge you to get from, point A to point B, which was Amsterdam to Barcelona with no money and see how you get on, And he crushed it. He got there in 6 days, I think. Oh, I spoiled it. Oh, jeez, I spoiled it. Come on. Go watch that series still. Okay, he's got a lot more series. Don't worry. I just spoiled it, guys. I'm sorry, but still watch the series. It's still good. But just him navigating and whatever. But his reason for doing the no money challenge isn't to try and get free stuff. I've seen a lot of comments on his videos and stuff. Oh, he's trying to get free stuff. No. Okay, and there are YouTubers like that just try and get the clout, try and get the clickbait, try and whatever. If you watch his videos, it's authentic. He's always, showing the time. It's 10:55 p.m. or whatever. Like he's always showing the time. The camera is always rolling. The camera is always rolling. And the way he edits his videos, it isn't like, some 8-hour difference between, you know what I mean? Like, so it is real. It's authentic. It's not some, fabricated, clickbait bullshit. You know what I mean? So anyway, but his reason for doing that wasn't to try and get free stuff like people claim to do. No, he did that to see the good in people. Like, hey, people are still willing to help you. People are still willing to look out for you. People that don't know you are looking to at least help you go in the right direction, you know, in a world where it seems like everybody hates each other, you know? Let's knock my tissues down. Yeah, in a world where it seems like and it feels like everybody hates each other, and they actually don't, you know. And I know it's a lot of people, you know, a lot of stuff going on, and blah blah blah. But like, it just goes to show that people are actually there's actually a lot of nice people still out there, you know. So that was his whole message. That man is hilarious. He's absolutely hilarious. You just gotta watch it. You gotta watch it just to more understand it. Because I'll be here forever. I told you 90 seconds. It's been over 90 seconds, but. You just have to watch his videos to understand what I mean. And once you watch it, you'll see how authentic it actually is. Again, it's not some fabricated, bogus BS. You know what I mean? It's actual, like, you know, hey, it's 10 o'clock. I've done blah 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 blah. Here's the plan for the day and whatever. You know. So how he gets his food, how he gets around, how he gets to another checkpoint, how he gets to he shows all of that. You know, and he has the best conversation with people, and like he doesn't know these people. Like, it's just like, I don't know, you just gotta go watch it. So Simon Wilson, No Money Challenge, he has a lot of series. He's done he doesn't always do point A to point B. He'll do like standard cities. I think he did like 3 days in Dubai with no money. He did 2 days in Paris with no money or something like that. He did a couple days in Romania with no money. So he doesn't always just go everywhere. He did do New York to LA with no money. That was a big one, and wow, that was a long series. He did Australia as well. He did Brisbane to Adelaide with no money, and that was an interesting one because his friend had told him. He said, "Okay." He did the Australian one and the US one after he's done like a lot of them, so he got the feel of it. But the Australian one was pretty sick, and the US one too. But the Australian one was pretty sick because his friend was like, "Okay, you gotta get from Brisbane to Adelaide with no money," and he's like, "I'm gonna rent you a car. I'm gonna rent you a car, and I'm gonna give you, it was like $500 or whatever it was. He was like, it was like 300 pounds, so that's 600 Australian dollars." And he's like that. He basically just gave him enough money, gas money, to get from Brisbane to Adelaide. And so so he was like, "Okay, you got to get from Brisbane to Adelaide in no set amount of time. You just got to get there. Once you get to Adelaide, you're done. So if it takes you 5 days, it takes you 5. It takes you 18 days, it takes you 18." And so he's like, "But in order to move the car, you have to have a stranger with you." So he has to have a stranger in the car with him to move the car. If there's no one in the car with him, he can't move. He just has to stay there. He has to walk somewhere and try and find it out, you know, that way. But it's just stuff like that that's really cool. And it's like, can he spend money on food? Yeah, he can spend money on food, but he's gonna be spending his gas money on food. You know what I mean? So he's got to work it out that way. If he wants to go to the Golden Arches and wants to go to McDonald's, okay, you can, but you're gonna be eating $15, $20, you know, or however, 10, 5 or whatever of your gas money. So it's just little stuff like that. And a lot of people talk about subscriber help as well, because I don't see it, like at that point he had a little, you know, a really decent following. So he's like, "Okay, well, what about subscriber help? Can subscribers be in the car?" Okay, yeah, well, subscribers are strangers, but subscribers are also subscribers. They don't count. According to Jason, his friend. It was crazy. So he was like, "Yeah, you can have a subscriber in the car, but you still can't move the car. It needs to be someone that you don't know and doesn't know who you are." Like a complete, which I know sounds crazy. But again, like, you get people all the time, backpackers and stuff, that need to go in the same direction anyway. So again, it just brings up the definition of, you know, how great people actually are, you know. And yeah, is it a lot of trust involved? Sure, because you can get some crazy person that, you know, you never know. So sure, that's how the world works. And obviously, if it's a situation like that and you get the feels and stuff, I mean, you wouldn't put yourself in too much of a situation to, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, so that's the No Money Challenge. That's in a nutshell. That one's a bit different. That's a bit extreme. I definitely will not be doing that. Mine's going to be just open-ended, just get from point A to point B in 7 days. So yeah, look out for that video coming very, very soon, folks, in the next few weeks, I think. But if you, again, Ross Travels Official on Instagram, you would have seen the start point. I'll tell you guys now for anyone who doesn't know, but the start point is Amsterdam. We are starting in Amsterdam, and we are not going to Barcelona. We're not doing the same one. We're going to be ending off in a different location, but you have to wait. You have to wait for the video to see, the wait for. See, I'm so excited, I'm coughing. You have to wait for the video to find out where the end point is. But 7 days is what I'm giving myself. And I think it's pretty doable. I think it's pretty doable, Again, I know it sounds crazy, like, okay, well, what if you get behind on this day, or what if you get behind on that day? I'm gonna explain it all in the video. But when I tell you, I planned this out for days and weeks. I think this is doable. I was gonna do 10 days, but I was like, for this route, I don't know. I think 10 days might be a little too much. Well, not too much, because if I get behind to start, it's gonna really help out. But I think 7 days is good for the route I'm gonna be doing from Amsterdam to unknown location until the video comes out in a couple weeks. I think 7 days is pretty doable. It's a little tight. It's a little crazy, but why not? Why not? So this is a shout out to Simon Wilson. I'm also working behind the scenes to kind of work on like a donation thingamajiggy as well. I wasn't going to tell you guys that until the challenge actually started, because it's not confirmed. But I'm still working on that. Some behind the scenes things. It's a little extra, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But the No Money Challenge will still be going on, and it will be going on this fall. So I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped. Starting in Amsterdam, most likely this October. Could change, but most likely this October. I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped, folks. You're not gonna want to miss it. You're not gonna want to miss it. I know I've been behind. Sorry, folks. Gotta blow my nose quick. 2 seconds. Sorry, guys. Right. Do I have a mute button on here? I don't have a mute button on there anyway. I could have muted that. Anyway, sorry, folks. Appreciate you guys sticking around, by the way. Again, for anyone who's been there the whole stream, you've heard this a bunch of times. But for people who are coming in and out, I try and say this every 5-10 minutes or so. But appreciate you guys for popping in and out, whether it's for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. Appreciate the support either way. It's all good. It's all good. So I know people got things to do, so they can't really just, hang out on a stream all day. If you have been hanging out for the whole stream, which I think someone has, then I appreciate you guys. You've heard me say this a million times. I'm sorry. By trying to just keep it fresh with people that are coming in and out. So I appreciate you guys. Is that really everything I've got? Really, sort of, kind of, yeah. So we're in Queensland now. We're in rural Queensland. Has something very exciting coming up in a few weeks. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun here in a few weeks. Only a few people know about this. I haven't really announced it. Actually, I haven't announced it at all. It's just listen, you guys know me. I'm a spontaneous kind of guy. When I left Monkey Maya, that was spontaneous. When I ended up in Melbourne, that was spontaneous. When I stayed in Melbourne and extended my stay 3 different times, literally 3 or 4 different times, that was spontaneous. Jumped out of a freaking plane, that was spontaneous. And now I'm back in Queensland. So it's, that was spontaneous as well. Wish I could have stayed in Melbourne. You guys know me. I love Melbourne. It's my favorite city in the world and in Australia. And for all my U.S. folks out there, which I don't know if I have any U.S. folks in here, but if there's any U.S. folks in here, it reminds me of Seattle. It gives me Seattle vibes. Okay, that's exactly how Melbourne is. It's expensive, but it's cool. It's cool. Now Sydney is more expensive, so but it's got the better beaches. So I gotta give Sydney that. Have I been to Sydney? No. Am I clamoring to go to Sydney? No. Will I go to Sydney? Yes. Eventually I will. I was gonna go this past time, maybe 3-4 days before I came here. But number 1, I got sick, and number 2, I didn't want to leave Melbourne. So, good stuff, folks. If you guys have any questions or anything, please pop them down in the live chat. I believe I have my live chat on, right? I think. I hope. Anyway, but until then, I'm just kind of filling in some time here, just giving you guys a bunch of updates and such. For anyone who's missed it, 2 videos on the way. 2 videos on the way, one of which I was working on last night. It will be out on Wednesday. Maybe sooner if I feel like it. But Wednesday for Wednesday or sooner. But I think Wednesday feels right. Just because, again, I've been recovering for the last week and a half. And so I haven't really had the energy to do anything. Literally anything. By the way, I took a COVID, an RSV, and a flu test twice. All came back negative both times. And it was like within, it was what, 4 or 5 day separation time between tests. So I don't know what I've got. I think it's just a really, really nasty bug. But boy, it's rough. Rough. Holy. You know what I mean? I don't sound that bad anymore, but man. Someone's in a rush. Okay, I don't know if you heard that, but there's a car just blaring down the street. Yeah. Actually, for the first time, which is why I love this juice, I got my taste back today. This is the first time in at least 7 days where I've been able to taste anything. So all the food that I've had in the last week, all the drinks, all the everything, I haven't been able to taste anything. I have not been able to taste anything. So again, I don't know what the heck I picked up from Melbourne. As I said earlier in the live stream, I think it was a collection of 3 things all mixed in together. Appreciate the likes, guys. Seeing the like count go up. Appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. I know some people are popping in and out. I know some people, can only pop in for a few minutes, few seconds, whatever. So I appreciate it. For those who have been sticking around for a long time, I apologize. You heard me say that 17,000 times, but I try and say it every 5-10 minutes for people coming in and out. So, but anyway, but yeah, this is the first time I've been able to taste anything for the last week, at least. Again, don't know what it was. I had tested for 3 different things twice, and all came back negative. All came back negative both times. So that's good. I think it's just a really, really nasty bug. But we're battling. We're battling, we're taking everything, we're doing both natural and painkillers and cough syrup and everything. We're taking everything. Drinking the good stuff, apple juice, lots of water, lots of water, lots of that Australian spring water. Okay. Everything. So, but yeah, so, folks, I want to share something that was on my mind today. And I wasn't going to do this on a live stream. But this is what was, if you see my welcome video, my welcome to Ross Travels video, you already know what I'm going to say. We're not going to hide anything. We're not going to hide anything. Now, there's some things that I just obviously won't say for personal reasons and stuff. Like, I'm not going to get into my whole everything. But there is a lot of things that a lot of people wouldn't say on YouTube or on the internet and stuff that I will say. I've got nothing to hide. Y'all, I'm not going to lie. I almost left Queensland today, this afternoon. There's no flights, I found out. So it must have been an 8 o'clock flight this morning anyway. But I almost left Queensland this morning. Today was a little rough. The breakfast shift was a little rough. And again, you guys know me. I don't fuck around. You know what I mean? Like, I used to be the guy to put up with to put up and shut up. And sometimes that's what you need to do. Sometimes it's what you need to do. Sorry, guys. I know I said this earlier in the stream. I know the camera's here, but everything else is over here. So that's why I keep looking this way. But I don't know. It probably doesn't matter to anyone all that much. But I know I'm just like looking away from everybody. And yeah, so I don't have like a laptop. I'm using my iPad. So I know for a lot of people on like their laptops and stuff, they've got their webcam on the top. Mine's on the side. So that's why. Anyway. So that's why I keep looking over this way. But yeah, I almost left Queensland today. I was sick of it. I was done. And listen, there's gonna be some hard days. I know I sound like one of those people at the moment to be like, oh, he's had one hard day, he's gonna leave and quit. And no. We ain't doing all that, But again, I am someone that I won't say anything I won't say anything the first time. I'm a Scorpio, okay? I'm a Scorpio. I ain't gonna say anything the first time unless it's something really bad. You know, if it's something real bad and I go off and whatever, I mean, who's trying to send me a message? Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I'm not the type of person to say anything right away, unless it's something like outlandish. Then we're gonna start speaking up. But you guys know me. You guys know me well. As a Scorpio, I'm gonna hold it in, and then I'm gonna go all in once I gather enough information and receipts. That's how I go about it. So a lot of people would be like, Ross, you don't speak up for yourself. You don't speak up for yourself. No. I am collecting receipts. So when I go off, I can go off and have everything ready. Okay? You gotta think. You can't just go off. You can't just go off. You know what I mean? You can't go off and not have any receipts. You're gonna sound like an ass. And that's how some people do it. That's not how I do it. I will collect receipts so that when I do go off on you, I got everything to prove and everything to show for it. And there's nothing anyone can do or say to come back. Anyway, I'm getting fired up for no reason. But today, the reason why I say I was going to go today is because I've been here before. So I know how this place runs. So that's why I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't just some new place where I'm like, okay, I'm fucking off today. No. That's not how I operate. I don't do stuff like that. I will give him even if I do go, hey guys, I'm gonna give you guys a week. I'm out. Ciao. But here, today was rough. I did the breakfast shift this morning. It was kind of like a new, like, kitchen hands kind of role, something like that. I thought I was going to be, listen, I'm not going to shy away from work. But it was one thing where I was like, okay, you're going to help out with doing A, B, and C. And I ended up doing X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Like, the whole opposite, And again, it's not that I don't want to work. It is something that I was not even close to qualified for. And it's like, but then also, like, whenever I did something wrong or whatever, it became a big deal, like a big deal. And I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that. we ain't doing that. I know how this stuff works. And I know how people like this are, And again, I'm not gonna go off the first time. But I know how this thing ends every time, And a lot of people think they don't know that. A lot of people think that I don't know that because I don't say anything the first time. Oh, I know how it ends, and I will sit and I will know how it's going to end, and I will try and save you. But if you crash and burn and explode, you know what I mean? Like, I saw it coming, and I'm just going to sit back and watch. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going off on a rabbit hole here. But yeah, it was one of those things where it was in the moment, stressful situations. Some folks got real pissed off, and I mean, I wasn't having any of that. None of it. None. But I get it. It's the heat of the moment. It was a big group tour, big breakfast. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to be helping as a kitchen hand and blah, blah, blah. Communication was terrible. Not from me. I showed up because I was told something else. So it wasn't me. But communication between everyone else, a little off the rails. So in the moment, I was just smiling and waving. I was smiling and waving. I was going to do my best. I'm like, listen, whether I get pissed off or whether I just sit back and chill, the ship is going to be over anyway. We're going to get through it. It's going to be done. And so I thought to myself, it is not worth my sanity. It is not worth my sanity to sit here and just take a bunch of mumbo jumbo. But again, I know how these people are. This is not my first time. I came back, so that's on me. Me coming back to this place is on me. So there's no one else to blame but me. But this situation ain't on me. So anyway. So I almost left Queensland today. I got here on Sunday, and today is Saturday. I was here for 6 days, and I was like, ooh, I might be out, and again, I am now in the mindset of, it don't matter how long I'm at one place. If it ain't working, it ain't working, and that's because stepping away from Queensland, that's the one. I know we're not talking about travel here. Actually, we kind of are talking about travel here, but that's the one thing about like traveling and backpacking and stuff like that. If stuff doesn't work out, you got the freedom, or seasonal work. You get seasonal work in the U.S. too. You got the freedom to move around. You've got the freedom to move around. Like you don't have to do anything, really. It's crazy because like a lot of my friends and stuff are like, well, how do you move around so much? How do you change jobs so much? If it ain't working, I'm not going to torture myself and stay there. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to happen, you know? And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, I've got obligations and kids and freaking mortgages and houses and bills and blah. I get it. Versus the reason why I am living personally. I can only speak for myself. I can't speak on anybody else. But this is the reason why I'm living this exact life right here. I did not graduate high school because I'm going to break it down for you. I call it the American stigma. I know it's not just the American stigma. I know other places around the world do it too. But I'm not from other places. I'm from the U.S. And we are famous for doing this. But it is. I call it the American stigma, and that's you go to high school, fine. Once you graduate you graduate high school. Someone commented. I don't know if that was on my video or if that was on. Hold on. Is that on the live stream? They comment on the live stream. Sorry, folks. Anyway, that was a different video. Okay, sorry, I got a comment, but I thought it was on the live stream, not in the live thread, but anyway, it was on a separate video. It's fine. But the American stigma. So that once you graduate high school, again, fine, you got to go to high school to get the education, blah blah blah. But the stigma comes in is when you after you graduate high school, because then after that it's like, oh, you have to go to college, and you have to get a degree, and you have to have kids, and you have to have 1,000 bills, and you have to have a mortgage and all this. You gotta have 25 kids at 21 years old, and you have to have a job, and you have to have this and have to have that. No, that's not true. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't mean to yell, but it drives me crazy. Because folks, like, listen, I'm pretty sure all of us, wherever we are in the world, a lot of us have a few friends that had kids at 21 or 22 or 23, have mortgages on houses and stuff, cars and all, corporate suit jobs and stuff like that. Not all the jobs. You make your money. But it's those same people that then turn around and see people like me or people like my other friends who are traveling or whatever, be like, oh, how did you do that? You got to get out of the American stigma, okay? Again, I know it's not just America. I know it's not just the U.S. I know other places around the world do this too. But I'm from the U.S. I can only speak on the U.S. But a lot of people say, like, how do you do that? How do you travel like that? How do you make money while traveling? You got to just step out of the box. You know what I mean? Step out of the box. And listen, I know it's hard because, everybody tells you that you have to do this. You know what I mean? Have to go through all this life. And in the U.S., you get no time off or anything. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. You get no time off or anything. Nothing. Okay, maternity leave, good luck. Sick leave, good luck. Unless you work for Google, you're gonna get about 3 days off in your whole life. Okay, I know it's controversial. We all know it. And so it's like, you can sit here and work for 3 years, 60 hours a week, and you'll accrue enough vacation time where it's like a week. What? What are we doing? So it's like, so I know, again, some people got obligations. Some people they were taught to do that. They were brought up to do that. But there is a way to look outside the box and look into seasonal work and look into to online. Like, there's other ways to do it, and if it's the way you want to go about it, then fine, but it's it's the folks that come up to me and tell me, oh, how'd you travel? Like, you living the best life and blah, blah, blah. Well, you can too, but you decided to have 6 kids at 19. So it's like, you know what I mean? So, again, it's not everybody's fault. They're just brought up to be like that. They're taught to be like that, or whatever the case may be. And I get it. I get the majority of that upbringing is just to look out for you. Just to look out for. I just want what's best for my kid when you grow up. I get it. But again, if you don't look at other, you know what I mean? Like, and I think what scares other people too, this is nothing about travel anymore. This is a travel channel. This is not supposed to be political or anything like that. But I think what scares the hell out of people is that they'll look at like, actually this is about travel, but when they look at like plane tickets to go somewhere, when they look at, all these other like cool places and stuff, they'll pick the most expensive places, and like, yeah, I'm in Australia, sure, but I'm on a working holiday visa, and the money out here is pretty freaking good, is the cost of living high? Yeah. But when you're doing regional work and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, now I know for Aussie residents, it's a little different, but listen, I mean, compared to the US, they get paid a lot better anyway. That's just my opinion. Someone's going to comment and be like, no, it's bad, it's terrible. Listen, I lived in both. I lived in both for a long time. The payout here is a lot better. So at least in the fields that I do, I was getting paid $13 an hour to scrub toilets in the US, USD. I'm getting paid X amount here, I mean, like in the 30s. So you can take 13 USD and put it to Australian dollars. It ain't gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same. It's still gonna be less. It might be less than minimum wage, Australian minimum wage. So it's like, you know what I mean? Especially on casual. Now, full-time and part-time is probably the same. But on casual, like, we don't have casual stuff in the US. We don't have that. We don't have, I mean, yeah, we've got like seasonal, whatever. But it's not the same, because here in Australia, on a casual contract, I'm going to get back to the flights, by the way. Okay, I didn't forget. But on casual contract, you'll have a Monday through Friday wage, and then you'll have a Saturday wage, which is higher, and then a Sunday wage, which is higher than that. We don't have that in the US. We've got nothing close to that. And so it's like just little things like that. Just little things like that, folks. But again, back to what I was going to say. I think what scares the hell of a lot of people is like, they'll look at the flight. And this is not only just about the American stigma or whatever. This involves travel and taking vacations and whatever. This is a big general thing. But a lot of people will look at flights and they'll be like, oh, that flight's too expensive, so it's impossible. I'm done. What? Like, sorry, folks. I don't get it. Like, I don't, and listen, if you don't look for a flight from LAX to freaking Ibiza, I mean, yeah, it's going to be expensive. But then, like, a lot of people don't think about the cost of living in that place. You know what I mean? They just look at the flight to the place. They see it's expensive. Well, everything's expensive. It's not going to happen. I can't afford it. I'm going to stay at my office desk job for 45 years and wish myself to death and live vicariously through everybody else. And it's like, well, did you look into everything else though? Like, did you look into opportunities there? Did you look into, if you do some seasonal work there and whatever? Like, some people just, they don't look. They don't look. They just, like, I know I'm getting really passionate, folks, but like, they don't look. They look at one thing. They see the most expensive thing, which is the plane ticket. Most likely it is. They're like, okay, well, it's too hard. It's too expensive. It's impossible. I can't do it. But then they come back to me or my friends who are traveling or whatever. Oh, how'd you do that again? You've been in Australia for a year now? How'd you do? You got to do a little bit of research. You got, as my dad likes to say, my dad loves his research. I mean, I hope everybody loves their research, but my dad loves his research. Okay, he loves his research. Shout out to my dad. Okay, he is one of those people. Like, if he's looking for a laptop, good luck. Yeah, I mean, good luck. He ain't gonna, you're not gonna hear from him on an answer for 3 months, because he's gonna be looking at reviews for everything, any review possible on that product. He's gonna look at reviews, all of them, all over the world. Everyone, every last one, every article, every website, every everything. And so you got to do that with travel as well. Now, again, some people don't want to live the travel lifestyle, and if they don't want to do that, that's not for you. But again, it's the same people that are living the lives that they don't really want. come over to me or anyone else that's traveling, because all my friends get the same kind of people that message them as well. So it's not just me. But they get the same people. Oh, how'd you do that again? Oh yeah, I want to do that and blah blah blah. But it's too hard and too expensive and da da da. And it's like, well, but did you try? Did you look? Did you look at the working holiday visa for Australia and New Zealand? Oh no, I didn't look into that. Oh, well, that's the first step to making money out here and getting out here and like to continue traveling. Again, it doesn't have to be Australia. It doesn't have to be New Zealand. For all my U.S. citizens out there, because I've done this too. Seasonal work in the U.S. This is where it all started. Shout out to my man Tim, by the way. He's the reason why I got started on seasonal work. It took me an hour to mention him. This is a new record. But Tim is the reason why I started doing seasonal work in the first place. I would have had no idea what seasonal work was I started watching Tim junior year of high school, which is 2017, I think. Oh, yeah, so almost 10 years ago. That's 8 years ago now, and he was hammering it home for the website Coolworks. Hey, all my U.S. citizens out there, I don't know who's watching. I don't know who's watching from where, whatever. But if anyone here is from the U.S., look up the website Coolworks. Look it up right now, okay? Coolworks.com, and not sponsored or anything like that. But have a look through the seasonal gigs, because that's where it all started for me in 2020. I know, of all years. But if I got started in 2020, you guys can get started anytime. And there's plenty of stuff. National parks, mainly like national parks, nonprofits, even like bigger companies and stuff. Summer gigs, winter gigs, ski seasons. Like there's all kinds of stuff, and you get to meet people from all around the world that come over to the U.S., for example, and are doing the same visa that I'm doing out here in Australia. Like I'm from the U.S. and Australia, working with everybody from all around the world in these backpacker jobs and whatever. But I did the same thing in the States. I was in my home country working seasonal gigs, and people from Thailand, people from Singapore, people from Bulgaria, people from anywhere. Most places, because the U.S. makes it very hard to get visas, and I don't know why. Of course. But yeah, they get a J1 visa. The Dominican Republic was a big one. Okay, shout out to all my Dominicans out there. But yeah, J1 visa, H2B visa, like any kind of visa that allows you to work and travel in the U.S., for example. I don't know any other visas because I obviously didn't need one for the U.S., but just like stuff like that, they took the time to look out and flew from frickin' Thailand all the way to, North Dakota, literally. Like I met people from Thailand, from Dominican Republic, from Romania, Bulgaria, frickin' Canada. Well, Canada's easy. But like they flew all the way from halfway across the world or all the way on the other side of the world to come to North frickin' Dakota to come work in a nonprofit for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, 8 months, a year, And it's like, that's the kind of stuff that you got to look into to be able to do stuff like this. Like, listen, if money just grew on trees, I wouldn't be in freaking Queensland. I'd be back in Melbourne, Well, no, actually, I wouldn't be back in Melbourne. I'd be in the Maldives somewhere in Southeast Asia, chilling on a beach. You know what I mean? Like, picking off another 100. I'll use that today. Another $100 in Thailand is gonna get me through another week and a half. So, but it's not that easy. It's not that easy. So all my U.S. citizens, coolworks.com. All my internationals that want to work in the U.S. and can get a U.S. visa, because again, we make it very hard, and I don't know why. I'm sorry. Coolworks.com. There's a lot of seasonal gigs. You don't have to come to Australia. You don't have to come to New Zealand. It doesn't have to be on the other side of the world. It can be in your own country, or it can be close by, or whatever. And so that was a very passionate 15 minutes there. I appreciate you guys for staying around for that. I was not expecting to do all that. But it's true. It's true. Like, it's just one of those things. And so, again, and I think the reason why I get so passionate about this stuff, because I want people to experience this stuff. I want people to experience it like they keep asking me. They ask me all the time, oh my God, you're still in Australia. Oh my God, you jumped out of a plane. Oh my God, you did the Ocean Road. Oh my God, you went to Sydney. Well, I didn't go to Sydney yet. But oh my God, you're in Western Australia. Or you went to, ABC. You went to Indonesia, went to Thailand, Like, yes. It's just with hard work a little bit of dedication, and a little bit of sanity, it's gonna be okay. Like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be some hard work, save up a bunch of money, and then we keep going. We keep going. You know, it doesn't have to be 3 months. You can stay. A lot of people will stay for 6 months somewhere and just build up chunk loads of money, do 3 months of the trip, and then go back to work and build up on the savings again. Or some people, like me, hand on heart, will just blow it all. I've got a bad habit of doing that, folks. I'm not gonna lie. We're not gonna lie on the channel here. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but like, I mean, yeah, I got a little savings. Don't worry. But I've got emergency. But I do have a habit of, like, when you get somewhere, just let loose. Just let loose. If you want to be on a budget, you can be on a budget. If you want to spend a little bit more money, you can spend more money. That's the part that is the part of being a backpacker. You do whatever you want. Just make sure it's legal. Just make sure it's legal. Let's not do anything crazy here, you know? But it's like, okay, like, you know, like, again, I'm on a casual contract here in Emerald. If I said I wanted to go to freaking Vietnam today, well, there's no flights today, tomorrow. If I want to go to Vietnam tomorrow, yeah, I just go to Vietnam tomorrow. You know, like, yeah, I can. I mean, would it be the best financial situation for my situation right now? No. But would it be feasible for a month? Yeah. Like, a month in Vietnam for, you know, like, you could live in Vietnam for a month for $400. You know what I mean? Like, and again, a lot of you guys that don't know this, a lot of reasons why you see a lot of people in Southeast Asia, content creators, backpackers, because it's so, and it's not just Southeast Asia. There's other places as well, but Southeast Asia is the most, like, backpacker user friendly, and so the reason why you see people in Southeast Asia so much, because it's so cheap. It's cheap as chips, folks. Okay, it's so cheap. My nose is running. Give me a second. Can I mute this? No. Anyway, sorry, folks. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me get my charger really quick. Where's my iPad charger? Don't mind all the stuff on my desk. It's so passionate, I'm sweating. We're gonna turn that fan up. Okay. Anyway, folks. But yeah, it's so cheap. Like, Southeast Asia is so cheap. So cheap. And so that's why you see so many people there. You know, again, you can get, I literally got a full plate of pad thai, like a full dinner plate, like a full serving, and a Sprite. Well, not this big, but it was like a normal bottle of Sprite, 500 mils or whatever it is. That's what 0.8 ounce, or I don't remember ounces anymore. But yeah, just a normal bottle of Sprite and a full plate of pad thai. It was like $2, $2 USD, which is what, 3.5 Australian, something like that. What are we talking about? You know, like, and it was like local, it was fresh. You know, it was from a restaurant, freshly made. Once you get the fire and stuff blazing in front of you, cooks off everything. So I know a lot of people get worried about, like, Asian foods and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. But you got. Oh, I need to make a Southeast Asia tips video. I'm gonna write this down. I haven't been to Southeast Asia in a long time, folks. But I'm gonna Southeast Asia tips video. And it's gonna be just like an overall tips video. See, and this is where my ideas come from. Side note, really quick, and we'll get back to Southeast Asia and the passion of travel, because this is what we're here for. Oh my God, I forgot the side note. Oh, my ideas. My ideas come like that. Just like that. Like, I'll be talking about something totally random. I mean, it's relevant, obviously, but it wouldn't be anything near the conversation. And I'll have an idea about, I can film that, and I'll write it down. And I mean, I know a lot of creators do this and whatever, But that's how my ideas come. Like I used to just like sit and be like, ooh, this video would be good. Ooh, maybe this video sounds good. Ooh, maybe this video sounds. No, I don't do that anymore because it feels like I'm forcing myself to come up with ideas, and I don't like that. It doesn't feel natural. So any idea that comes just comes straight there. And when I know I'm getting low on ideas, something comes up. Something comes up. For example, I don't know if it's gonna happen just because I blew a lot of money in Melbourne. But the UK thing the UK idea that I had, again, Ross Travels Official on Instagram. You get all the live updates, all the little ideas and stuff that I have. The little UK dinner meetup idea that I had before the No Money Challenge came to me. I'm not lying. Came up to me at like, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. I don't know where it came from. I was asleep. I woke up in the middle of the night. I didn't wake up because of the idea. I woke up because it was hot, whatever. But I was up for a few minutes and I just thought of the idea and I was like, wait a minute, because I met I met a lot of people from everywhere, but I met so many people from the UK and also Ireland as well. I mean, so many Brits, and so a lot of them have been asking me like, Ross, when are you coming up here? Like, when are you coming up to the UK? Like, we all want to see you and blah. Like, listen, the British pound is terrible. The pound is awful. It's so shit. Like, you could take, yeah, I don't have any cash with me. You could take 20 Australian dollars and it's going to be about £9. It's terrible. It's awful. So it's like, I mean, yeah, I could go, but it's more like a dedicated trip type situation. Because if I go within my travels anywhere else, I'm going to blow a lot of money in the UK, even if I want it to be cheap. Like, I mean, I'm still going to make it cheap, if I can. But the British pound is awful. It's terrible, folks. So I came up with the idea to like, okay, maybe let's like get together, because at the same time, I was sorry guys. But when I was saying like, there's so many Brits that I met. Yeah, by the way, they're everywhere. Manchester, London, York, freaking, I almost said Blackwater. Blackwater's here. There's something up in the north of the UK it was black something. Oh, geez, this is gonna drive me crazy, folks. Hold on. I know exactly where it is. I just don't remember the name. It's gonna drive me nuts. Give me 2 seconds. It's in the north of the UK, not there by Glasgow. Where the heck is it? Oh my God, it's gonna drive me nuts. Blackpool. That's what it was. Okay, Blackpool, freaking Jersey. I mean, you guys are everywhere. Wales, like if I do all that, I'm gonna run out of money in a week. I'm gonna run out of money in a week just with the British pound because it's terrible. So I was like, okay, maybe I come up with an idea. Maybe we all do one big group dinner, in London, selfishly. Okay, I know a lot of people are like, oh, London, oh. But, like, it's the easiest for me. Yeah, it's expensive. But, like, the whole UK is expensive, so screw it at this point. I mean, it doesn't matter. And, sure, I could probably go up north. It's a little cheaper. But it's the UK. It's all expensive, so fuck it. But, like, just do, like, one big, like, group dinner in like London. And again, selfishly, London's easy for me. It's just easy for me to get in and out of. Sorry, I could go to Manchester too, but anywhere else is going to be. It's going to be hard. So selfishly, London's easy for me. I know it's expensive, but the whole UK is expensive, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's like we all just get together as one big. If people can make it, obviously, one big group. And just have one big group dinner, because the same thing that happened in Melbourne, like people that I met in, that are from York, that I met in Indonesia, like on the road, Shout out to Grace, by the way, okay? I don't know if she wants me to say her name, but I'll say it. Shout out to Grace. She's from York, but I met her in Indonesia on a group trip last year. About this time. Wow, this time last year almost. Yeah, so it's like people from Manchester, people from Blackpool, like I said, But these people that I've met have been in so many different places, so they haven't met each other. So it's a great place for me to see them again, and then for them to meet each other. Like, I love stuff like that. Just like what happened in Melbourne. Like a lot of my friends that I met, it was a group of us. on one of the nights out that I had. I don't remember which one. And there was 3 sets of friends from 3 different places that I met all around Australia that know me, but they didn't meet each other. And we're all in Melbourne at, having a rave night. It was sick. It was sick. It was so cool. I was like, I just love how stuff like that works. Sorry, guys, 2 seconds. So that's what I wanted to do in the UK. It gives me a chance to see everybody in the UK that's wanting me to get up there. I've also wanted to go see the UK and be a tourist. And selfishly ride the double-decker buses. I know. For everyone in London and in the UK, they're like, oh, yeah, the ladder. I got to do it. Okay, listen, I'm American. I'm from the US. I like that stuff, Is it really touristy? Sure. Am I going to do it? Yes. So anyone who's in the UK, there's a lot of you. Okay, because you guys been trying to get me up there. If you can get me any discounts for the double-decker buses, I'll be there. I gotta try to get some discounts up around here, But yeah. So I'm gonna get back to Southeast Asia. I didn't forget about Southeast Asia. I'm going off on tangents here. But yes. So to end off, that's where my idea from the UK, that UK meetup came from, and that's how my ideas come to me, like the one for the Southeast Asia tips video, just like a general tips video. I haven't been to every country in Southeast Asia, but just a general tips video, street food and precautions and blah blah blah. They're pretty much the same in Southeast Asia. So, and I've been to a few countries. Actually, I think I'll do that at the end of June, because I'm actually going back to Southeast Asia in a few weeks. So I'll wait to do that. Vlogs coming out for that, by the way. Well, they're not filmed yet because I haven't gone. But yeah, that's how I get my ideas. Now, back, I didn't forget, folks, back to the original point here. Yeah, he's got to travel. He's got to travel. That's really what I'm getting at. You just got to travel here, folks. Ooh, the Pacers went up 2-0. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, the Knicks are screwed. Anyway, I don't know if you guys don't watch NBA, doesn't matter. I'm not a huge NBA guy, but I have been following it. It's not looking good for the New York Knicks. It's looking pretty bad. Anyway. But yeah, you just gotta travel, folks. You gotta travel. You gotta do what you gotta do in order to travel. Is it gonna suck sometimes? Is there gonna be bad days? Yes. Is there gonna be some moments where oh, there we go. Is there going to be some bad days? Yes. Is there going to be some moments where you just don't want to do anything? Yes. And I did talk about this in another video. I forget which one it was, but it was one that I filmed in South Australia. But that's, I mean, again, it's the beauties of solo travel, or if you travel with a friend or a partner or whatever. I know a lot of people ask me too. Another side note, a lot of people ask me, like, you don't have a partner, or you don't have like a friend you travel with? No, too much stress. Like I'll travel with friends along the way and stuff like that, but I don't have like a dedicated person with me, like a partner with me, or like a friend from back home with me, or and that would be sick. Don't get me wrong, but I just found that, like, I think me and my buddy Julian were talking about this the other day, and we were sitting out at the beer garden back there, and we were saying that, like, relationships while traveling is rough. Now, he knows about that more than I do because he's a lot more good looking. He's got the French charm, okay? But I know someone's going to be mad at me. Ross, don't beat yourself up. Listen, I've given up. And I don't mind. Whatever comes will come. I'm not in a rush to do it because it's too much distraction. It does get hard when you're out, in a super backpacker, area, and you see a few attractive people. You're like, oh man, that'd be cool. But if it's gonna be something that's lasts for a week, what are we doing? So I just put myself out of my own misery before it even starts. So, that's how it goes. But it's rough with, like, relationships and stuff while traveling. It's hard. And so anyway, that's the reason why I say that like that. I don't travel with a partner. I try, but yeah, I'm going to wrap this up here. Wow. About 80 minutes here. Ooh, wow. An hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to wrap this up here, folks. But yeah, last thing I'm going to say is just travel. It's just travel. Don't be afraid of the, again, I call it the American stigma. I know it's not just the US. I know other places around the world have this as well. But yeah, I mean, this isn't life isn't about just living just a structured lifestyle. You know what I mean? And if you want to live a structured lifestyle because it's comfortable, sure. I mean, yeah, sure. It is comfortable. It is very comfortable and it's very safe and but spent a lot of my life not taking any risks. And the risks that I have taken, albeit last minute, have worked out. 2 seconds, guys. It's all right. Almost done. Okay. And done. I've gone through so many tissues in the last week and a half. It's ridiculous. But anyway. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave you with this, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna do an Instagram live a little bit later. Ross Travels Not Official on Instagram, by the way. Get out and travel. Do not be afraid to take risks and stuff like that. I know, again, a lot of people have obligations and things to do, and I've already have 1,000 mortgages and 100 debts. Fine, okay, but now it's time to work yourself out of that so you can start living a little. That's what I tell my friends when they graduate. They graduate high school and then they have 8 kids at 20 years old. It's like you don't want to live a little. You don't want to live a little. You know what I mean? And listen, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just kind of pulling the leg here, but like it's their decision. It ain't mine. But it's like, again, it's those kind of people that always then come back to me or come back to my friends and stuff and be like, oh man, I wish I should have done this. I wish I should have done that. I wish. I'm telling you, man, you didn't want to live a little. You want to get right into it, and it's like there's a lot in the world to see, and some people don't want to see the world. Some people don't give a shit, but like, but again, I'm really just talking to the ones that say they don't, but then turn around and say they want to, and I'm gonna help you guys do that. So, if you guys want some more motivation, let me know about that. And also check out my guy, Timothy Ward. He's good about this. He's the reason why I am who I am and why I'm traveling the way I'm traveling. So go check out my guy, Timothy Ward. But yeah, travel more. Don't, be a little spontaneous, be a little crazy. Again, like I said earlier, just be sure it's legal. Just be sure it's legal. I am not responsible for any bail. Ross Travels told me to be spontaneous. I don't know. Not illegally, legally, please. I'm just messing around. I'm pretty sure you guys will be fine. But just don't throw my name out there if you do something illegal. Okay, I am not responsible. You know what I mean? I can't help you. I can't help you there. But anyway, folks, doing the Midwest goodbye. Thanks for watching the live stream. There's a lot of you guys that joined in. A lot of you guys that popped in and out. Again, I say this all the time, whether you're here for 10 seconds, 10 minutes, or the whole stream, appreciate all of you guys. It doesn't matter. Appreciate the support either way. It was a great time. It was a spontaneous stream. I wasn't planning to stream today, but I got home from work and I was like, I need to talk. And I haven't done a stream in a long time. So you guys deserve a video. So it's good to see you guys again. Well, I haven't seen you guys again, but you guys saw me. It's good to be with you guys again. And we're going to do a lot more live streams. I know I said that last time, but shit happens. But we're going to do a lot more live streams. Ross Travels Official again on Instagram, all live updates. Who knows? I might be out of here in 3 days. Who knows? You guys know me. You never know where I'm going to be. I might be in Thailand next week. You know what I mean? So, anyway, with that, be kind to each other, love one another. I will be over this in a couple of days, which is funny because every time I say that, 2 more days later, I'm still sick. So I think I said I'm on the back end of this. I said that like 3 times in the last week, and I'm still here. But again, like I said earlier, if you were here in the beginning, the first time I could be able to taste anything in the last week. So that's good. So I'm starting to slowly but surely feel a lot better. So anyway, enough chit chat, as the Brits like to say, enough waffling on. Oh, Love the UK. Love the UK. Anyway, be kind to each other. Love one another. New video on Wednesday. And I'll see you guys later.